Welcome back to the Spokane Convention Center, where the fourth quarter is just about to get underway. 39-27 is the score. The red team on top. This is the gold medal match. So winner takes gold, loser will take silver. And after a pretty close first half, red able to open up the lead.
Steve McGuire over here checking some player minutes, seeing if all his players have their minutes in. As we mentioned, the 8-minute rule here at the games, where each player has to play 8 minutes, which is it's a good thing. Nobody wants to come all this way to sit on the sidelines and watch.
Yellow will start with Sorensen, Bostic, McQuinn, and Michow.
The ref's getting this straightened out, trying to figure out whose ball it is right now.
And McMillan will start this quarter on the bench. As Kemery takes a dribble, Bostic getting ready to lay the hit on. And a great screen there by Baxter.
That's interesting that they think a 12-point lead is enough that they can pull McMillan off the floor, but it's kind of the mistake we made. We had an 11-point lead that we ended up blowing because I sat the bench for a couple of minutes, and by the time I got back out there, the momentum swing was just too much for us to overcome. They had their best team out there at the time, and came back and beat us. Chet Miller, nice try there, nice grab.
So momentum carried him back over there, over the back to call. Another one of the parallels.
An over and back. No harm, no foul on that. And this is, bad miscue on Gus's part there. You don't see him make mistakes like that too often.
And with this lead as large as it is, anytime red turns the ball over, yellow needs to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and the red team there in that play, they were actually set up in the key. They were going to try a little bit of key defense, which I think the yellow team should have been trying earlier in this game. The only bad thing about a key defense is it gets pretty boring for the crowd to watch.
So Bostic with it, gets past Kemery. He's got Baxter in front of him, but no one's going to catch him.
Those two, as I mentioned, used to battling it out in practice all the time. Pretty similar in speed.
Miller possesses it. He's got Baxter and Kemery ahead of him. So Bostic
and Leon
in a 3-on-1
here. He's just cruising along, not paying attention where the ball's at. Oh, and
led him a little too much. Baxter unable to haul that in.
Stephen Baxter, another one of those players that doesn't play on a team back home, so he's out of practice. He doesn't have the ball handling skills that some of these other guys do.
About 7 minutes left here to play.
He's in a good chair, though. Oh, and Leon tried to charge his way in there, and he's going to get charged with a lean. He's going to be over here in the box by us again. Oh, I'm sorry, turnover. Apologize for that miscue.
So Bostic trying to flex his muscles and bust through Miller and Kemery, but won't be able to as they get it into Miller. Now we'll see these teammates going at it once again. And Baxter will take it in. Lead is now up to 14, 42-28 the score. And things beginning to look bleak for Bostic and his yellow squad.
The red team must be getting a little tired here. They decided to fall back in the box, play a little key defense. Should be a fairly solid key with Chet Miller in the middle. He's about 6'4". He's got a lot of reach.
This red has 3 defenders in the key, awaiting Bostic's next move.
Gus Sorensen over there, knowing his role, opens up the corner.
That's one of those.
Steven Baxter got burned on that.
That's one of the strategic moves there from the veteran Sorensen, opening up the corner for Bostic.
That was age and experience against youth.
And Bostic able to slow him down for now. Baxter's still going to get in.
Todd Kemry charged into his own player there. He just needed a little bit to get across the line, so he just gave him a little bump.
As Yellow will take a coach's timeout, so we'll have a 1-minute break here. Now, I know the lead is big, but if Yellow has any chance to get back in this game, what do they need to do, Scott?
McGuire needs to get back out there. They need to get their number 1 lineup in. He's their main ball handler, has decent speed. It kind of surprises me. I thought that's what they were going to do, but it looks like they're bringing Jeremiah out, but there might be an issue with minutes yet. One of the player has to get his 8 minutes in.
So it looks like the Yellow squad will send out Williams, Butler, Michau, and Bostic. And the red team
got their 3-2-2-1 in there that's just been unstoppable the whole game.
Yeah, and this has been the lineup, not just tonight, but also last night, that has really done the most damage. That's the lineup of McMillan, Kemery, Miller, and Richardson.
Yeah, it was an extremely tough lineup for our team to match up against too. As I mentioned, a lot of experience out there. Earl, the least, well, actually Delvin, the least experienced player out there, but he's probably played a lot more than Earl.
So Red going with that 3-2-2-1 lineup.
Earl been playing for a few years now. He was actually one of the guys that's been coming to the games for a long time and never tried quad rugby, and some of us kind of talked him into it a few years ago to try it, and he tried it, took it back home with him, played on his team with Philly, and he's been playing here at the games ever since.
And aside for the competition and the medals, that's one of the things this game's given an opportunity for people to watch and experience new sports. And a lot of times you hear about people that see it and then they become a part of it.
Yeah, that's how I got my start in quad rugby. My first vet games was in St. Louis, and I saw quad rugby for the first time out there, became friends with one of the athletes that was playing, and decided to get into it myself, and went home and found out
big
there
hit
was
there.
a team real close to me, and ended up playing for the last 6 years.
Big hit there by McMillan.
It's a giant killer there. McMillan taking down Leon.
And not easy to take down Bostic. Consistently one of the largest guys on the court.
Leon's a big guy. He got a lot of strength.
As Miller
just out
takes
of position on that hit, and McMillan able to bring him over.
So the lead now up to 16, 45-29 is the score. About 5 minutes left here in this gold medal quad rugby match.
And Leon getting picked on out here and getting pushed out too far to get the ball. Doing a good job of taking him out of the play.
Williams is going to have to get it over. Kemery showing his length. Goes right to Miller.
Easy grab for Miller. Chet Miller was looking for Todd Kemery there, and Todd wasn't looking for the ball.
He'll back his way into the goal. You can score frontward, sideways, or backwards, as long as you get 2 wheels across that end line.
The rear casters actually don't count. It has to be the big wheels that go across on the back. The front casters do count. And one thing that's been misunderstood before by some players, sometimes you get the casters up in the air, you get it across the line, you think it's a goal. Well, it's not a goal until those wheels touch.
So a timeout is called on the floor. That would be Yellow's final coach's timeout. 46-29 the score. Here at Spokane Convention Center. Coming up next, we'll have the Power Soccer Championship, as well as coming on the floor right next, this will be the Basketball Championship. All these championship games between Power Soccer, Basketball, and Rugby will be available to watch on xable.com. Ben Pearson, alongside me here is Scott Severn, who is a member of the bronze medal quad rugby team. And we will get back to action.
Yeah, bronze isn't what we were looking for this year. It happens next year. Next year we'll just have to come back a little tougher.
So talking about next year, if you could take one player from either of these two teams to be on your squad next year, who are you taking?
It's a tough one. I mean, most people would probably say Dell, but that wouldn't be any fun. You know, we want to keep them separated, keep the games close. I'd probably pick one of the mid-pointers, Chet Miller or Todd Kemery, or even Earl. Earl's like a brother to me. He's a good friend of mine. My team's done tournaments in Philly, and I actually stayed at his house. Most of these guys, great friends, great to be around.
Richardson, one of the more experienced low pointers. He was our player of the game in last night's matchup between his two teams.
A little worried about Earl this year. He didn't play at all with his Philly team back at home. He had issues that he wanted to deal with himself, and his Philly team has a lot of players as it is, so he didn't get a whole lot of play time, but he hasn't lost as much as I thought he would. He's still solid out there.
And speaking of Richardson, him and Kemery have Bostic locked up. 12-second is the call. And with Bostic locked up there, Yellow had a tough time.
Like McGuire's going to check in here.
McGuire and Sorensen coming in.
I'm afraid it's going to be a little too late, though.
This Williams and Butler will come off the floor. The lead now is at its largest, 48-29.
3.5 minutes left here.
Tim Davis decided there was no dribble at the 10-second time. No goal.
Leon's open. McGuire fires that into him, and I don't think he's going to be able to get it.
Bostic slams on the brakes.
That ball needed to be up in the air a lot more for Leon.
Earl Bostic said no to do the same.
Not sure why they were doing a double team over there on Chet Miller when Delvin's out there. That's who they need to be double teaming. Oh, another turnover. One thing you see a lot in quad rugby, though, turnovers are created on top of turnovers.
Now the lead is up to 20.
On that play.
McGuire will get it right back to Bostic with the deep ball.
And Delvin just not even giving up out there. He's charging right after Leon like he thinks he can stop him, and he actually has a few times tonight.
So with about 3.5 minutes left, Scott, it's time to open up those discussions for player of the game. I think we'll know what team he'll come from. Who do you like out there?
That would be very hard to take away from Delvin. He's by far the star out there on the court right now, although they do have a solid supporting cast along with him.
McMillan got player of the game honors in Red's first game. Richardson got it last night.
Although if you want to spread it around a little bit, Chet Miller has played an excellent game out there. far as for Chet's point level, he's stepped it up. When he's out there on the court, he's been creating turnovers, making great plays.
And Red's been able to keep their level of play up even when McMillan's been out because of the play of Chet Miller. Also the other two-pointer, Kemery.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medal winners here at the National Veterans Wheelchair Games in basketball, Team Black.
So Red up by 20. They won by 20 last night too. And it looked like it was gonna be a different story here in the first quarter. Yellow was able to keep it close. As you see McGuire get it to Bostic.
Oh!
McMillan, nice play, jostles him from behind.
Delvin hit Leon from behind and just knocked that ball loose off of Leon's lap. Came out with it. That's an excellent play, and that's what you get for not giving up on a play.
So McGuire looking deep to Bostic.
Oh.
He's got to watch out for the over and back.
It's going to be 12 seconds here. Oh, or turnover.
Gets it up to Kemery, and he will score.
McGuire fighting for the better rebound. They're going to put up a goal, period. But Kemery marches it in.
So the red team will go undefeated and take home the gold medal here. Yellow will take home the bronze or
Kind of what
silver.
I figured would happen when I saw the lineup that they could run out there.
Number 10, Brent Norris.
And number 13 out there, Robert Schuler, fairly new player, but playing at home with a very tough team with Denver.
And this squad that Red has out here now, combination of Miller, Kemery, Richardson, and McMillan, it's probably the best starting four of any of the teams here. And they've kept this lineup out here, and when they've been out here, these four have been out here, they've been nearly unstoppable.
Number 15, Jose Lopez Torres.
It's just a 3-2-2-1 line in itself is a very good lineup to run in wheelchair rugby. Stephen McGuire kind of slowing down there, not wanting to push that, and he just throws it away. It's probably a little bit of disgust on his part right now about losing. These games in part are for fun, but we take them seriously when we're out there.
Not
Nobody
much time
enjoys
left.
losing.
Number 1, Tori Bryant.
But hey, Scott, losing allowed you to come enjoy this game here with me.
Oh, this has been great. Best view in the house to watch the game.
Scott Severed joining me. I'm Ben Pearson. We're here on xable.com. This gold medal match has been brought to you by Johnson & Johnson Healthcare Systems Incorporated.
And I want to thank you guys too for just X-Able's support of these events. I know last year at the games, and even when I was over different tournaments throughout the year, allowing my kids to watch me at home on the computer, it's a pretty neat thing. And we definitely appreciate having you guys here.
And X-Able has covered every single one of the sports that have been offered here at the National Veteran Wheelchair Games. Everything from swimming to trap shooting, billiards, table tennis, and more.
It does several things. It allows family members that aren't able to attend to watch their loved one at home, watch them compete. It also allows new players to see what's going on at these games and maybe get out here and compete.
So 56-31 is the final, and Red will take home the gold medal, yellow with the silver. I want to thank you for watching this broadcast of Quad Rugby here on xable.com. And when we come back, we'll have an interview with our player of the game.
Thanks, David.